Yippee!
I cannot stop reading this document, so I'm gonna put this up as a recording. Shout out to Spaz. Shout out to Bork. I love this
The
document so
people
much.
who made this document, they need to be praised, man.
Death of Halcyon.
Okay, I'll probably go like eat.
On behalf of everyone with,
No, I'm just gonna go eat, so I'll just keep recording. Keep going.
Oh, okay. On
Great.
behalf of everyone in Valkyria, unequivocally and with zero doubts, I declare war on Azukato. This nation is the epitome of farcical, innate hatred for peace and deserved nothing but immolation. Over the course of the past weeks, the scope of Azukato's planned, perceived, and instigated transgressions have continued to fester and fatten itself to such a degree it makes a ward of lepers look more robust than their entire continent-sized blob of nothingness. Let's get a handful of things out of the way before we go on this never-ending tangent. I've known for weeks, Plague. You have no one. You have nothing. You don't even know who you can and can't trust, and you don't even know that that's the mindset you should have. This was not a smart idea, buddy. Every person is against you on this, and those who aren't, well, those are the liars, usurers, grifters, scammers, cheaters. Oh, Ursurers. No,
Yep,
are you
there
sure?
you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Those are
Ursurers.
liars, Ursurers, grifters, scammers, cheaters, and filth of this world. And in the maggot-filled corpse of Azukato's democracy, you rule as king, my friend. You too, Slasher. Don't pretend that you are neutral. Come on out and speak your mind. What little of it you haven't lost to pure delusion. So good. I love that. Plague.
was targeted
The
on me,
logistics
I did
include
address
dirt
this.
pasts. Oh. Go ahead.
No, I said, yeah, even though that was part was directed at me, I still did address that. Just, now.
Plague. Your logistics include dirt paths, desperate attempts to stop your numbers from popping totems, linking up the most pathetic cities in the world for a measly 3 VP, scrounging together people from the ends of the earth to support lies you've told them, and proposing the most ridiculously on-the-nose idea I've ever seen in the form of peacekeepers. Genuinely. That was a good laugh. Peace and Plague. Mortal opposites. So Plague, please trust my intelligence here. You are particularly alone in your delusion. Those you are surrounded with are blind men and cancerous folk. Even if you somehow beat us, somehow you will forever have ruined your already spiraling reputation. So, do not forget your place.
I didn't mean to put the word blind and delusion in my thing, and it just so happened. I kind of skimmed through it a little bit, and so bro predicted me, like, already. Mentioning delusion and blind.
Did you actually not to do
I
like
read a little bit
good
of it.
beef and red? Okay.
I just F3'd and then looked for anything that mentioned me, and then was going
Quick
through,
scroll, okay.
and then like went ahead and talked with the people.
Yeah, okay.
Continue. We have so much to cover about this scope. Sorry?
No, go ahead.
We have so much to cover about this guy, Plague directly, that he does not deserve this honor of brevity. He gets the whole show. And his rotten dictatorship only bloats this document more. Go check out my evidence tab. Slasher is really almost instinctively bad at representing your justifications and plans. Now, he's low-key my favorite person in this conflict right now, shout out to him. Brother nuked your guy's argument before he was spit out the womb, like the satanic afterbirth it is.
Yeah, he gave me context on this, and it was when I mentioned something along the lines of about his vandalism thing. How I said the word vandalism in one of my messages to defend one of his things when he did that spawn with the banners, which this thing in the banners will also pop up soon. And I did say, yeah, I usually add satire into what I say unknowingly. Like, this is what I do, and so they do add that, and it can be used against me. And I just like, yeah, that's just a flaw of mine. I'll say that. Yeah. And he says he is aware. Bro knows. I can't win. That was the English major. Atomic bomb versus crying baby.
And here is your obligatory didn't read clause. All of my argument is in here. This is my favorite part. If you attempt to make a point against me, I will point you to my magnum opus, Death of Halcyon. If you attempt to fight me, I will not listen if you do not address this document and its litany of points. So get reading. If you don't, you'll make your own life very hard. Now, if you, dear reader, don't want to read the whole thing, that's okay. I'll put each and every crime against normalcy this clown has committed into a nice and admittedly messy table for you. But before that, understand the proof and points are outlined far more heavily in the longer sections, and in the second tab with all the proof photos. And I got it pulled up right here. I will be addressing the table of contents along with the evidence right here.
Of course.
So let's continue. Table of contents. Point 1. He commits himself to peace. What a laughable joke. Every single session that Plague has been in, he's been obsessed with war, fighting, even if it's justified or unjustified. Point 2. And even before he gets this far and goes back to Discord to go, I actually didn't do all of them, actually. Newsflash, it's hyperbole. You don't understand hyperbole. All he can muster is a rapid devolution into weeks of terrible arguments that accomplishes him going to war anyway. Point 3. None of this was about Spawn. He couldn't care less about that. At first, I did think he truly cared about it. When it didn't go his way, he just wants to go to war. Because that's what he knows best. Point 4. His allies are constantly disrespected. The Arthal Alliance got destroyed over gunpowder. He continues to elapse diplomatic failure after diplomatic failure, even with people he's known for months, years. From Bork to Schutz, the new to the old, his disrespect of all allies is like a diarrhea hose, painting feces on every relationship he builds up. Point 5. Azakaro is another warmongering nation. We have more stuff we want to say, but we apparently at this time. Point 6. He pretends to be a victim while rejecting others. He insulted Knight's personal problems for an argument which then blew up in his face because he compared it to his own problems, which did impact his own playing time. Hypocritical. Points. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Is it
6,
6?
7. Oh, 7.
Oh wait, 7.
Speaking of, Azukaro is super inactive. Azu is doing nothing with arguably straight up the biggest claim in the entirety of Zecraft 4. At the bottom of it all, at point 8, democracy is a lie in Azukaro. Your presidency only works as intended when Plague is in office. All of his Senate are yes men because he invited half of them. Spaz will be addressing these points in no particular order. If you are unconvinced on anything I just said, please continue to read.
I will also.
If you are Plague, yes.
Oh, I will also point out that, I'm now completely removing my bias now. It's when Times Restore was president, it was basically him as acting president most of the time. Most actions were done through him, and a lot of hey, no, can't do the war unless I'm the president. That was a lot. That was a point. That's why he had to stall it until he had his presidency.
Anyway, if you are Plague and therefore incapable of being convinced of anything, here's the message I'm gonna drive home. You are such a poser. Beautiful. I love this intro so much. You can feel the raw passion. While I do admit it's super personal, I think way too personal.
I mean,
regardless of that,
regardless
of that, wow. I can feel like Spaz typing this up so late at 3 a.m. because the sheer passion of it all.
Yeah, for how it's all structured, this has passion written all over it in every single phrase and quote. Is that the right word?
Every
Quoting
single
different
idiom,
source.
I don't know, every single piece of figurative language is brilliant. I love it.
This should be studied
like
in class.
a diarrhea hose. I love like a diarrhea hose painting feces on every relationship he builds up.
You wanna know what's funny? I can use this as inspiration for one of my classes too.
This is so good! It's so good. My brother nuked your guys' argument before it was in spit out the womb like a satanic afterbirth it is. Where do you come up with this?
I don't know.
Amazing wordplay.
Also, why is your alt F shitter?
Sorry?
Top right. Shitter.
Top right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, I know why.
Uh,
Because of this.
See.
I was trying to look for
Oh.
ways. Anyway. Let's get to topic 1. On spawn and the less than masterful manipulation of the greater good. Now, to begin, let's move to spawn, where all their idiocracy begins. The core of the spawn debate was simple, someone everything agreed on. Make it better. End of story. Somewhere down the line, the rhetoric changed in Plague's head. He went from the protector of this greater good to the incessant, no-good, less than helpful bully he always is. Let's review the planned and present projects of Plague and Co. A pitifully dumb grid on the ground where justice will be served in the Security Council UN court. Kind of ironic, putting justice on the back burner to cook up a war. No, that is really ironic. I didn't notice that until now.
Oh yeah, that was completely whatchamacallit, unknown.
Like he put away his plans to like make a court to make something completely like against the system of justice.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Okay, review the planned and present projects. The grand mausoleum of we built something so our war was justified. Something that was actually said. I want to see where they said that. Which is built just to mock
somewhere.
Just built to mock the existing mausoleum built by Magisterium and Studenstat. You know, I don't think I can defend that because I did see that. I don't think I can defend that. That's just straight up.
Nah, bro, he's cooked.
Kinda petty.
He's cooked.
I can't defend that. Vandalizing spawn with banners
Like,
and the mausoleum signs.
He's gotta make like the Plague Part 6, and it's gotta flop.
It's not vandalism. Well, it is. You called it that yourselves. Oh, and by the way, they built that retarded mausoleum on the plot, which is already in use for Studentstat's UN court, because the weak-willed UN can't build a court in under Millennium. All talk, no proof. Here's your proof. All these exhibits. I need to go close my door.
Alright.
Give me a couple seconds.
Yep, you're all good. Take your time.
Okay. I think I'd like get a water for this.
It's exhibit 1 and 2, so after exhibit 0.
Okay, let's take a look at this.
Does he know?
I don't know where this plays.
I'm pretty sure that's just a thing of knowing about a leak. I'm pretty sure that's what it's supposed to represent. I'm not exactly sure, though.
Anyway, Exhibit 1 outlines the inconsistency of Plague's characterization of the spawn protest. Because this little this little snippet right here is all about your intentions for the spawn and UN are not kind of silly, really stupid. As a form of protest, we're going to cover spawn with the UN ban. Do it in a not messy way, but that's the point. We don't want to be seen as a side trashing spawn. I don't know about that one. Exhibit 1B. I'm making a mess. Oh, it's making a mess. Did either of you see it? It's a mess. Do I need to explain? It's 80 banners. Where would that feasibly improve the quality of spawn? It's a mess. I don't care if it's griefing, that's semantics. It made a mess intentionally, it's a bad look and it's counterproductive. Mess is subjective. I made sure all the banners were placed in locations a banner could go. They were out of the way of anything being actively altered. It was a form of protest against Nye's refusal of democracy and privatization. And then 1C. A little vandalism is going to be escalated like you just stole riches in your nation. Exhibit 1D. More than a vote. It's a blatant disregard of spawn to vandalize. And don't mention semantics, you have literally called it vandalism yourselves. That wouldn't have happened if they followed through. Think about the cause more than its effects. Well, it goes against our goals. It doesn't matter. That's the. Now, what's the goal? We're being counterproductive here. The goal is to improve spawn. And then, I like this little breakdown here in case it goes
Breakdown
over
of
people's
what
heads.
each of them mean.
I
Yeah,
don't know how long this took him, but
it definitely
it probably
took like
him
a couple
week
weeks.
That was nothing was done. Dum, bum, 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 bum. I also this is not going to be stated, but which it's probably not going to be shown because this is mostly talked in real life, or not real life, but mostly in DMs that I never shared around. But a lot of things in the UN was basically watergated. A lot of shady things were done, and he was being told by him, like, hey, we should archive the other council chat, we should do this and that. And because I made the server and I didn't give him the power to do so, I was like, sure, whatever. I was mostly in favor for a lot of freedom to the people, and for him the other way around most of the time. And if he was willing to give it back to the people, he still had a secondary little part where he would like another group chat or something secret, whatever. That's another add-on. No visible proof I have to give, but claim it as hearsay or whatever the fuck.
And then I'd like to mention how I do agree with your point on how Plague is arguing that it's not supposed to be vandalism, but in the end it is vandalism.
Yeah, I
because besides talking about that,
Yeah.
that is vandalism.
I really did help his case. Dun. There is also going to be another thing later that also is going to be a detriment to me, but I did address this. And this
Let's continue.
doing really bad wording.
Plague's treatment of Bronk was also unfair, treating him as if though he knew nothing, attacking his opponent's character over his opinion. He uses excuses like he's making it too complicated and he knows too, or he's acting on emotion. This is stupid logic. Now I noticed that you put a to be finished, but I think I know what you're talking about. To the and we find the timestamp where Bronk is trying to defend Naya's case.
Yeah. They had
Plague is
interactions in the
opponent and not the point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need someone to find that then.
Oh.
So
It's buried somewhere, I'm
end.
assuming.
I can't, because I'm still stuck in the recording screen. Good luck, Aiden.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, how to give it a good look?
Cut this
Was
part out.
it
I need to go get a
happened
swig of
again?
water.
A swig
Okay.
of water.
Alright, I gotta check this iCraft YouTube channel. I have to find a video.
Okay, let's continue. Plague's treatment of I already did that. All of these UN projects clarify one thing. Plague cannot do anything at spawn without having an ulterior motive, aggressive nature, or otherwise terrible undertone. The addition of evidence helps clarify that this behavior is intended and known. For this reason, any and all UN security spawn projects are null and void for spawn, because as he said right here, there's something else going on. It's not for the good of spawn. This also raises interesting precedents. The UN can go to war over anything if they just feel like it. Plots and active projects that everyone can partake in are easily modified. Just prove a point. Taking away other people's voices and reversing the quality. War was not started over spawn. It was started because Plague wanted it. Slasher pushed for it, and anyone who followed him was tricked by it. And no, we didn't start this war. That's not how the war system works. Your plan to invade the spawn and hand it back over to the UN makes no. If you are a UN proposal, it is already in the hands of the for no. If you are against the Magisterium's claim to the land, then you are just invading the Magisterium. The latter course of action requires a declaration of war. This means you either silently or vocally declared war first. There are no two ways about this.
Right.
Alright, getting back on the Bronk Plague, there's a whole timestamp to it already.
This is how the specific.
Did you find it?
Yeah, Zega added a timestamp.
Yeah.
So,
Can you copy the
specific
the
line
link?
you said it, or you have to look at
yeah.
the entire portion of the debate?
There's a whole portion from 53 all the way to
Send me the link.
104. Yeah, I'll send
53
the
to
link in
104, it was
general.
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes of. I'm pretty sure that's during that whole length. He's
Yeah.
attacking his character, I believe.
Can you scroll up a little bit and you said the slasher pushed it? Now, I'm not gonna be here and
Slasher
deny it.
pushed
I
it.
did push for it. But my motive of pushing it was, as I mentioned, for the fun of the game. And also just getting into the character of, hey, the UN bullshittery. But then I could also state that, I'm too far from the mic probably, I could also state, you know, my reasoning of joining that side was mainly influenced by plagues, just plague in general. Now I could say like I low-key also wanted to do it in some form, but also didn't because I had you Daniel, whose opinion had to matter. It's like I had to weigh it, and instead I was still hesitant when the war was about to start if I actually still wanted to be into it. Even though I did push it, I kind of wanted to push it because my friends were going to be in it, and it would have been fun to see them fight. And it's just Minecraft. I didn't know it was gonna be this. I didn't know it was gonna lead to this.
It's gonna be like this personal, like this charged, right?
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna do that. I thought it was just all gonna be for the fun of the game, and I blinded by friends, mob mentality. I was thinking I was in the right, and like we were gonna, we're onto this, but yeah. Illusions of the past.
Yeah, and then I feel the same way, in that this does affect people. How other people's like little connections, actions, they do give a certain undertone. That can make people feel really unhappy, feel really unmotivated. I do see that. But let's continue. Don't talk about the end project. You guys look stupid when you do that. Let's take a look at Exhibit 3. Concerning the end project, nothing to do with Spawn, pal. The UN has been actively terraforming the end to make way for future builds there. This is an active project. Is there a way for me to...
Probably just, can you like zoom in? You just Control plus?
No, because that affects both of them. Alright, this is the best I can do. The UN's been actively terraforming. I don't know who's making it, but it's there. My bad, haven't been on the past 2 days. So if any of that was done since then that's why. So not Spawn. You're modifying Spawn and not the end. I'm talking about Spawn, but the UN court is something I forgot, so I still concede. I'm just saying there's this project being worked on by a few UN members, which is not the one we seem to be so concerned about. Though I still feel like that doesn't justify the whole 80 flags thing, because that does take time to clean up and find them all. The point of this exhibit is that... What is it?
That we were so on about that Spawn thing, yet we were still working on the end. I think that's what we're about.
Yeah.
But that end part
before.
only started because Aiden was mining endstone for no reason, and we just joined with him.
That
was
I was doing
it.
for no reason.
That was literally it.
In BC, you guys were talking whatever the hell, and then I was just there mining endstone.
Yeah, I came to go repair my gear, right? And then I see you, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing, Aiden? Doing things with the end project. And then randomly, I think Vex came along, and then Zeg put that haste 11 to make it do faster. And that was just kind of that was like a side quest for no reason. It all started with you, Aiden, so I blame you. I blame you.
Hey, it was originally a passion project.
Sure.
Which led to the whole
Whatever
UN being associated to it.
Barbados.
Now, transition to alliances and how to run them like a 600 slave plantation, and how to trade like that. Alliances are fancy tools for play to run like a plantation. There's a constant asymmetry in these alliances. PvP imbalances with 90% of the server. Nevertheless, these alliances are made because it puts you out of Plague's never-ending line of... Let's begin with disrespect. Azucaro's alliances are filled with disrespectful behavior on their part towards their allies. Valkyria suffered this the earliest, with me being killed day 1 over a piece of bread.
Not even a stack, bro.
4 AC.
Yeah, I can't defend this because even though I wasn't there for the first day, I read this and I'm like,
Just
what?
that.
Why?
That part is just. That's a bit much. I gotta be honest there.
And took his stuff. Oh, I thought it
And
was
stuff
like,
too.
He just killed. If it was just day one, they had nothing, and they killed him over bread. It could have just been like a little funny skit or whatever. But like, he just took the stuff. But
Yeah, but taking the stuff's just. That's just much. Didn't know that until now.
Let me see. If
That
it's
is a
still
little
recording.
suspicious.
It still is. Okay, good.
Still recording?
Yep.
Okay, good.
25 minutes.
Okay.
Valkyria's land was then violated again with the plague, mining a buried treasure chest up on our land for our purposes. Something that we didn't challenge. Start week-long stuff. Stupid things like. Yeah. The thing with plague is that sometimes, like, you just let him get his way because you don't want to kill. Like, you don't want to argue over that.
And from that one too, I'm starting to see from point later on how it's one-sided for him. Just from reading that part.
I don't know if it'll be mentioned, but also the thing with Infernum and the Crying Obsidian.
That's what I was referring to.
That's right. That's right.
That's what I was referring to.
Yeah. Like even I was there saying, like, dude, shut the fuck up. Wow, wait, Zekrev 2 mentioned. No way.
But yeah,
I
just
think
how
it mentions that later.
Gordon.
Oh, that's right. It's right here. Exhibit 7. What? Did they add more? They used to say
Maybe.
51.
Bro's still writing.
Let's see.
Bro's still writing.
Did they add more?
Bro.
Oh boy.
I think they added more.
Okay, we can keep on going.
Alright, man. Dun.
Yeah, I think they are adding stuff. Because I didn't see this before. Anyway, let's continue. More than that, he can't even give the same leeway to his own allies or prospective allies. Arthur had a gunpowder squabble with Azucaro, in which, without getting to the bottom of it, he immediately threatened war over it, which you can see right here.
Wait, no, they didn't add
Return
more.
the
It's your
gunpowder.
scaling.
I'll give you one chance to make up for your actions. This is your one final warning.
I just gotta...
Return my gunpowder and things will escalate. That does sound very, like, dangerous, very threatening. Resorting to war immediately.
Yeah.
And even he says over here, you can't just keep killing him to return the gunpowder.
I would
Maybe the
understand
specifications outside of the screenshots, but I don't want to make too many assumptions. You were saying, Matthew?
Oh, I had like two things. I was gonna say, I could kind of understand it if this was like in a previous season. But now, because this is Java, that means we can actually have proper gunpowder farms. I would be even less concerned with my materials. I would like, even as, and especially someone who could be a potential ally,
Farm-wise.
I could just like, Loki didn't give a fuck, right? Like, if it was scarce, like, you know, gunpowder, right? Or like other mob farms, or mob-related materials, I'd have been like, dude, but that's so like little, because I don't want to farm that normally. But now we have all these automated farms, all these materials should be less, you know, cared of. And I also, my second point was like, damn, how long did they make this? This is like things they have to like dig up for a while.
I mean,
Like,
This
Maybe
all
they
these
were
examples,
because like
in chat.
passion. All the shit.
yeah.
There's a possibility for stuff like this. They might have just kept it on record because them knowing how plague usually is.
Right, I was gonna say that.
There's
Maybe
that
you know,
opportunity.
maybe they have a thing where they keep stuff, like they keep stuff. What is it? Whenever they have a little incident, they keep it noted, and whenever they need, they have it right there. I've had ideas like that before. It's like I try and have an argument with someone, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about, and then have it right there on standby. I think this is what's
Yeah.
going on here. Maybe that's what's going on here too.
Yeah, like for these exhibits, it's probably just been a stockpile of little things that he has done throughout the server history, pretty much. To pretty much connect to what he was saying others were doing. In terms of like the crying obsidian part and him mining the for ancient or not ancient thing buried treasure, because they're effectively pretty much the same thing in terms of desecration of land.
Anyway, getting a bit of a headache, but I'm gonna keep reading. Oh, this thing. He acts as though Shoots killed relations with Asakato when the reality is Shoots amicable and managed to replace what he had taken, going even further, replace what he didn't steal or take. Is this true?
Wait, you cut out midway through. Probably repeat it.
Yeah. Also,
when in reality, Shoots was very amicable, but the whole ordeal, and I got him. And had managed to replace what he had taken, going didn't steal or take. I want to know if that's true or not. Let's continue.
unrelated, but
Asakato then. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say completely unrelated. I see Harlow playing Ultra Kill, but we can go ahead.
Asakato then freaked out over 5 banners from Arthal being in their nation, when these had been present for months and had nothing to do with anything at all. Speaking of, why get pressed over banners? Isn't it just the banners? When I was reading this is so brilliant. I love this being brought back.
This is what you call it?
A nod to hypocrisy.
That's an instance of it happening twice, right?
A double entendre.
Entendre. Not really.
Double entendre. Kinda, because like you call it, you tie in this, but you're also referring to a previous note from before, or the banner thing.
Oh yeah, okay. In that sense, that's correct.
Yes.
This is a double entendre.
Hey, also remember the Arango flag. That's also a thing. If you really
want to Durango. Right, Durango. He was gonna go like, I'm gonna kill you if you don't give me the banner back.
I remember that. Oh my god.
This was never
That's correct. I remember that.
This was never disclosed ever, but I remember we just gave you a plain diamond set with like no horrible enchants, like, and then we just got you killed. Like he brought his entire people forward. It was kind of like, dude, really? Doing all this?
Yeah, like what?
I shook it off.
It's just a banner.
Yeah, I shook it off because like I thought it was just a friendly little bit. Because again, he was a friend. I thought he was just doing this for funsies. It was like okay, but then if I didn't know this person, it would have been like this is so far. But because I did, I was like, whatever. But again, it was even me who did it. But so even that.
Right. I like that bit. Considering the Estrellas Accord, consider that stuff dead. No one wants it, no one needs it. The assumption that Asakato had any ounce of democracy or good intentionality within it. We were wrong. Take your alliances, we don't need them. On the matter of trade, monopolies fit in with any good corporate inferno. Now, I can't lie, monopolizing and becoming rich is a good feeling, one I won't deny to anyone. Plague is intensely cold and stingy on prices, deals, contracts with everyone. Oh, right.
Exhibit 7.
Just return the crying obsidian, all will be fine. Obsidian context.
There it is, yeah.
Oni was mining a ruined portal near Asakato, and Plague didn't want him there, and he wants the stuff. Only that. Why only that? The obsidian, the crying obsidian, because that's what the portal was made of. I'm not paying it, and I'm not giving it back. No one cares. What's that? Then, like I said, I don't want to expect pushback if the same ever happens in return. It's just a nether portal. Don't bro me like I'm being petty when you're working with some supposed ally of mine that's actively undermining me. Don't expect him to play nice after breaking my trust. 2 things. What happened to Sin? What?
Secondly, Cinnamon, I believe. They
Cinnamon.
did something, I believe.
That's right.
I forgot
and secondly,
that whole
Spawn War may be delayed. I have an issue with Oni now. He trespassed on Asakato and destroyed a ruined portal and is now refusing to pay for it. Everyone here is saying you're saying it. Don't take it that serious. Let it
go, bro. It's not even that serious for real. Gucci.
I like this. Anyway, off topic. He already roomed his rep with me. I'm setting a precedent. mean, on one hand, I do agree that you should do something about people encroaching on your land without your permission. But on the other hand, I don't think you should like make this that big of a deal, because I do understand that that does sound a little annoying, but again, it's not that huge. It's not a huge deal. Let me think.
Exhibit 7.
Over anything and everything, he will go to war. Bork's Boat Island deal with Plague fell through in CC2. Knowing Bork for years, he understood how Bork is. He's a passive, generally responsible, and reliable person. However, Bork was incapable of fulfilling his portion of the deal for the materials he was promised were not delivered. Plague gave him the benefit of the doubt, taking him off the island. The audacity to be annoyed about it when he found that Bork had torn down all of his. This is one of the best parts in the document. Only half of it. This is the Plague effect. Okay, this is one of my favorite parts of the document, and I've barely read much of it. This is the Plague effect. A man with rather terrors of war let Plague take it over. Yet the man finds a way to own a 20th of the map every time. It's such a perfect transition from terrible deals to you do nothing with your spawn. No, you do nothing.
I've
With
also
your
pointed this out
claim.
before.
I love it.
Like, hey, you know, your claims is quite big. What the hell are you gonna do with it? Like, I questioned that too. And then his defense was, oh, Zeg let me do that because I told him that I won't expand any further. Yeah, I remember he stopped Arthur from expanding because I was planning to expand there, but Zeg won't let me. He stopped Josiah, or Roxu from Matsukoko from expanding down there because, oh, I was planning to do something there. Yet he owns so much, yet does so little, as it'll explain further right now.
Hypocrisy?
Yeah, or, you know, like the, hypocrisy in his land claiming and other things. Go ahead.
On inactivity, telling a tale without doing anything at all. Play's nation has nothing else. That's like it. Because there's nothing else to say. Despite that, I guess I'll drag it out for you. And because I want to. Look at that. I love the pettiness.
Oh boy.
No better way to drag it out than to list every building in Azukato. Capitol Building, Trade Hall Building, Mine and Waste Shack, Source Area, Sark's Pyramid, Mob Farm, Pedant Farm, Tree Farm, Guardian Farm, Cat's Tower, Amuraya's Fort Proper, Jiko's Treehouse, Nuevo Sarcasmo House? Yeah. Yellow is the things that current members haven't built. They're not even built?
No.
Things that I think
that means
things that current members.
People have things that are built, but they're not even members of his country.
It's Jiko.
These are Jiko stuff.
Yeah, Jiko. Yeah, people who left the nation.
Disorderly farms that barely count. Should they count as a building? Because I wouldn't count a tree farm as a building.
I mean, technically they could become buildings if you do it right, but
like
for stuff like
punished.
the Guardian Farm, it's just there. Mob Farm, it's just there, so you couldn't treat them as a building unless you build something around it, similar to Tarnish.
Right. Then orange is kind of both. Someone else built his tree farm?
I have no recollection of this.
We have
not sure.
We have more buildings in one city than they have in their whole nation.
Exhibit 8, you passed it.
Yeah, let me see all this.
Right, I'm looking at it.
Nuclear power plant.
We should do this. We should do this. This is clever. Like having a Google Sheets just to plan out our little thing.
That's nice.
I like that. We should do that. That's nice. Anyway, you now ask, well, that's a lot of buildings. Why be so critical? They clearly have made. Unfortunately, when you're the size of a continent, you don't have the same standards as a small nation. You claim land with the. It's not something you just do to create an image of power. If you don't develop it makes you look bloated and useless. You don't bite off more than you can chew. Don't bring up Nuevo Sarcasmo. Azu has done jack for that. Didn't even build the one shack it does have. Just took it. Take. Jiko stuff barely counts either. Y'all just scavenge that like vultures. Taking stuff out the storage and off the builds as you need it for other things. Not even considering developing it. Outside of the tower, the whole settlement is a ghost town in ruin. This is... I don't think this is it. It's really it's really
still
convenient that in a
eight.
time of war, it happens to get linked up to Estrellas real fast for some quick VPs. Don't get it twisted. I will fight you on that. I'm saying it here that it's not clear enough. It's a ruin, not a city. This little place.
It does look
what?
more like a ruin.
Why am I here? Why did I say that?
See you around. Oh,
I don't remember this.
You're Grover.
Why am I here?
Yeah, you probably just typed to someone.
My grievances with Noobish Law.
I don't remember that. It's all chests. There's no real things built here, but this is just like a section of a picture. I didn't get the entire thing.
It's a soulless city.
And then this thing. It does look a little strange. This was Jiko's place. And I guess we're not doing it now. What is that?
It looks like
What
a
is
farm
that?
of sort
I
with
think
the water flow.
What is that? Tree farm?
Yeah.
No, it's
Might
a
be a
farm.
tree farm. I don't know.
What is that? It's not a. Is it a? No, it's not a mob farm. It's not a trident farm. It's not a. Is
Oh,
it
that
a
was
tree farm?
I think their
Not
freaking farm
Guardian.
they had earlier. They had one.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
90. This. For now, we can do that shovel. Oh, I remember this now.
What?
This is when I was trading a shovel to, I believe, either Oni to Wilster. I traded it to Wilster.
Sorry, we're recording by the way, so
Oh,
Yeah.
we're doing our
90.
reaction to the document.
90. It's a
Can I
big
join?
quarry. I remember seeing this, and I'm like, this is very impressive. And I guess
The amount of blocks broken that took definitely a long ass time.
Hey, our clay supply is because of this.
But then at the same time, I think it looks exactly the same as this time I saw it.
Yeah.
Probably the whole thing.
What? Wait, I don't remember this. If it wasn't for downright pity, you wouldn't have it, so don't get cocky. Anyway, you do know that if you had rails, Bob wouldn't need to fly with an Elytra illegally, right? What?
Oh wait, it was
Oh,
Bob.
'cause he was
Was
a
Bob
citizen.
a citizen?
Yeah.
Citizens aren't allowed to use any other form of travel besides infrastructure
Yeah.
that's been built.
Whoa, I didn't know this. You
Oh
can't.
my.
I don't think you can defend this. It's in the rules.
Yup.
You can't. I don't think you can defend that. Your rail projects aren't subtle. Mussolini had to make the tracks run on time, but he certainly had a war while disgracing his nation in the progress. Keep begging for andesite. Exhibit 11. Is this all that's going on?
Oh, that was the anti-andesite.
I think that he was trying to build something and was asking
was
for
that.
a
It
lot
was the
of
rail
andesite.
And these things.
Mm.
Expectation, reality, and then your rail plans plus the andesite. I'm gonna try and like make a case here. It's like I think this is just temporary, but he's just putting his priorities into other
putting the
things.
marker down.
Yeah.
I mean, if this had like if this was documents against Conria, I mean, our train track to Chicago and to our capital is literally just like one rail, and it's powered rail, so it doesn't even work.
Ours is ugly and it's not working right now.
Yeah.
But we do head to like swap our priorities to a potential upcoming war. So I do understand this part.
Mm-hmm. Even we had special priorities, but even until the end, we were still working on our development projects, even during a midst of the battle. You know, you were on Cayo Perico, I was in Marksburg, and Harlow was in Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, even we still had our different priorities, and we still kept it up.
So I don't know. I do want to say that this is a little bit of a weak point, but
This is the
I'd be very happy to be cleared up.
Yeah. Because I think Exhibit A, he definitely had those plans. That B is his setup, and then him pressing andesite there, and then that image of his train tracks is just probably what's going to be on top of it. I'm giving him that benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Low key, go ahead. Use those two block wide dirt paths to link all of your cities up. Exhibit 12. That won't change how underdeveloped everything is.
Oh, can you scroll up? Oh.
These are the alleged dirt paths, right?
Oh.
Pink routes that are planned temporary paths. B, the only plan even remotely finished. No decor. You can even see the jungle Amurayas is in right there. Took weeks to make for some reason.
Can you guys?
I'm not
Your
gonna
real
lie,
products are
guys.
so.
We are recording,
We're
by the way.
recording. We're recording. You don't want a VC here.
Okay.
Don't.
Can you guys
Go to
move?
somewhere else.
Can you guys move?
What?
Can I watch?
Can you
Go,
guys?
Corey, go somewhere else.
Can I listen, bro? I'll mute.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay, yeah.
I'll
Thank
mute.
you.
I'll mute.
Thank you. Anyway, let's continue. It's a slightly changed plot of land. Oh, even casting said Amurayas. How can you claim Source area is a city? Sarks are cats. Source area, Sark's area, cats. No, cats area. What is this? It's a slightly changed plot of land, a single pyramid, ominous square. These are not conducive to urban settlement. I can't believe you have the audacity to escalate this into a world war, complaining about your own development. Quite literally, what? Like, dude, you don't even have to. You know that, right? Was he trying to fight, like these as cities?
Yes.
I believe so. He was trying to get them considered to be cities for VPs.
The only
Is that
case,
the term for it?
Yeah, vitality points. The only case I gave him was the last Emeraldas, because I thought at the time, hey, that was a good city. And granted, I haven't been back there since Jico started building it, so I thought there was something more. Like, I thought there was like a lot more. Like, surely there was more. So I gave him the K. I think this should be counted as a city. It looks pretty good, right? Okay.
I can see the effort behind it, but this is not a city.
That isn't. It has farms, it has functioning farms, and it has a purpose for the thing, but it has no like, visible infrastructure under surface to make it look good.
It has function. Okay, wait. Let me take a look at the. Can you read out the rules for what constitutes a city?
There is no groundwork. It was all
I-
mostly discussed during the one server.
I believe it's just like there's no defined rules for it. It's just it has to be reasonably resemble a city in a sense. Which
the so far
they-
precedent I say is just ask Zeg, he'll examine it and he'll confirm. That's basically what
Yeah.
it's been.
Okay, this is completely unrelated, but I've always had the idea in that we should have a mod teleport to a city, examine it, and say, "This is a city. Here are your VPs now."
Yeah, that's basically what Zeg has been doing so far.
That I support. Anyway, Loki, go ahead. Wait, wrong spot. At this pace you're developing, every event, like every base event your nation sees, is divine intervention. 50% national development growth rate per pile. Like, come on, it does not take time to do things. Bork, spit out the rail to Akin and.
Word.
I'm not reading that.
Word. Fully functional
Yeah,
stations in 2
that's
days.
just-
Wait, Karkuldir. Or Karkuldir.
I won't even attempt to
Fully
say
functional
it.
with stations in 2 days. You just need to actually care about the like little motivation bit. Having you have all this time. We have the same
Motivation
24
build.
hours. What are you mad for? We have the same 24. What you mad for?
What you mad for?
And that Mushroom Island failed Monopoly. At least use the thing. Oh, there's no picture. Your one farm is off the coast of it. May as well not even place a block. That's right. Why did he claim the mushroom?
Yeah, I always
and
thought
not do
at least
anything
one
with it.
portion of it was tarnished because it was black, but it was just all his. I went there, it was nothing. It was nothing. Hey, you know the mushrooms I got for Corey? That was from that place. He didn't even know. So you're welcome, Corey. I stole it.
Yeah, that's strange. Why does he still have that claimed?
I have no idea.
And that Mushroom Island? Oh, wait, already. Azukato's lucky in counting its farms in that total, too, because not a single one looks nice. Except the ones in a continual state of disrepair like Jiko's old. Is this a fair standard? Maybe not, but it's one I generally hold for all nations, including my own. If it doesn't look pretty and it's just a farm, there's no real point of calling it a building. It's just the average settlement count in Azukato hasn't acquired the ability to be randomized by a D20. So why are you gatekeeping them? For what reason? A farm is a renewable resource. Now, I understand not letting randoms use your stuff, but allies, even nation members or citizens at times, doesn't make any sense. The entire point of alliances is to demonstrate trust. Nothing screams mistrust like gatekeeping an infinitely renewable resource that can be repaid in quite literally a few hours on the cloudy principle of fairness. Let me see if that's true in Exhibit 14.
Another thing, hey, the alliance for Tarnished District and the other things, we have full. You can use our farms wherever the fuck you want. Right? I use Tarnished farms. They can come over here and can use our farms. Our KFC, hey, they use that farm. They use the KFC.
KFC.
Those who
Absolute
know.
W.
Those who know.
Jiko left over this stint of inactivity as well. Plague lost a member over doing nothing for months. Do not tell me his inactivity did not affect his or his nation's presence on the server. I'm gonna check, but I think everything I have is legally my property, so he really can't do much. Tempted to leave just for the inactivity of the whole group. Wow.
I even tried to.
I'm alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Go, no, I'm done now.
Came
Go
up
ahead.
to us to like request like help if anything goes down. I had stated like, hey, you should take the giant ass city you built, seeing as you're the person who mainly did it and willing to put the effort in actually building it. Just take it. But I guess she was too nice and was like, no, I can keep it, and just moved.
Okay. Check your recording. How is it looking?
51 minutes.
Oh,
Okay. To
W.
end the inactivity section, build all you want. You still weren't there for the 2 to 3 months that matter most to you. Whole position in the spawn debate, and now this one. You look so silly for dragging others down activity and the lack thereof when you could not be less developed if you even tried. We'll talk on the same level when you have a proper storage building? On what?
Exhibit 50.
Exhibit 16.
16, 15.
Then we got Lock Lane. What is Lock Lane? I don't understand what Lock Lane is.
No, wait. No, Exhibit 15.
Oh, I'm sorry. No storage building. And the fort is big AF. Also doesn't even have a proper storage.
Oh.
I have other proof, but not now though. That would ruin the fun. What's the other proof though? That's what I want to know.
Nope.
That's a strange.
Hey, even
that's
their
strange.
Orango storage was barrels. Fucking hated that.
Oh yeah, the stupid
that's right.
barrels.
But
That's just I think it's just
unrelated.
design choice.
I think it's unrelated. I'm saying.
What is this ping?
Oh,
it's nothing. Kalistov members. What?
Wait, what?
Met in real life.
What is this?
Oh, hey.
The Republic of Sneeznaya. What is this?
Yes,
What
sir.
is
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We taking this, bro. We have one more. We have one more.
That's actually
I love that.
funny. Anyways, let's
Okay.
get back to reading it.
Anyway, let's continue. Oh, there's so much. Okay, hang on, I gotta. There we go. No storage building, and then. Thanks for fighting so hard for Amorayas. You got us Lock Lane back. What is Lock Lane?
I
truly
believe it's
appreciate
a
us with
city
VP.
name.
I truly appreciate you blessing us with a VP by literally lowering the standard of development globally with the size of your claimed area. Oh, I know this. I know what's going on now. Zeg was talking about how, like, he was talking to me about how, should I give them this city? Does this look like a city to you? Lock Lane is a city in Valkyria.
Okay, which one?
Nothing. But that's not the point. The point is that Zeg was like, he was making a point about how if I took away one nation city already, so I want to make it fair, but he gave them the city anyway for literally lowering the standard development global size of your claimed area. Very nice. That's nice. Oh. Let's go back to the 16. Wait, what is this? Have you seen what Joyce has been contributing elsewhere? Physical grinding. He's helped me terraform. He farmed mud. He helped me build the paths of all the capitals. He's busted three shulker boxes. I thought it was 2. He established personal relations with Valkyria and Freaklandia. 6 sets, making a bridge, which I'm making to the very city you plan to be degraded, which will hold a rail line in said city.
Literally.
Also,
none of
what
that
relations?
develops.
Who are you?
Who are you, bro?
Who are you?
Let
What?
it go, bro.
What is this? This is a strange exhibit. This is very strange. Literally none of that developed the city. Helping me design a bridge. I mean, that kind of is like development, right? You're planning of what to do in the city that you're planning in.
What?
Huh?
Like, is
I think it's like too personal.
Wait, what?
Like this is one of the too personal bits.
Or
Wait, explain again. I kind of dozed.
Helping plan a bridge which leads to the very city you claim to be degraded. That is development. You're trying to figure
planning
out how
itself
to...
is development, yeah. Yes,
To a
but
very small extent, I'd say.
to their point though, they're just saying about they are only planning stuff and haven't really set foot in building it, per se. I believe that's what he's trying to get at.
Anyway, can I point something out real quick?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, go ahead.
So in the vote thing, my nation is there, and we never actually had a successful vote, which is I'm just trying to point that out. And I'm also a dictator.
First successful democracy. What? I don't understand.
Probably you should just keep on reading, I'd say then.
Okay, where your vote goes to die. Here I open on the topic of Azokairuan democracy, the also revered first successful democracy in the server's history. This server, the first successful democracy on Zcraft. How impressive, if only it was the first. If only it was successful. Let's address the former. No matter how you slice it, Azokairu is not the first democracy on the server. It isn't necessarily worthwhile arguing over the term successful either. You can define it any way you'd like. We've had active and inactive democracies in the past, large democracies and small ones, pure ones and corrupt ones. Azokairu is a large, corrupt one. That's about it. Here's a list of every decidedly democratic country I could scrounge up in server history. All the ones that have happened before Azokairu. Yeah, that's true. Markarth was a democracy.
Oh yeah.
What happened was that Harlow was captured, and so they needed a new leader, so they elected me. And I asked for an ideology. Plate suggested it's a democracy now because they voted for stuff. That's not really what I wanted.
Yeah, without any of our consent either. He just said that to us, mainly because again we were new, and we didn't really know.
Yeah.
I took this and threw it off the bucket, as we know from history.
Right. I think it's better that you overthrew me. Anyway, not the point.
Yeah.
All these are examples of successful democracies, like regardless of their sizes or like how influential they are. They are not the first successful democracy in the server's history.
No.
Now, why did they mention this? There's more.
Current
stuff in
the one
Hatsuki
ZC4.
This does not list any of the countries which in practice are far more democratic than their name suggests, or ones where the ideology is implied to be democratic but is too ambiguous to tell. Now, what's the definition for a failed democracy? Inactivity, size, military might? None of these things help your case. Size and military might do not impede the functions of a democracy, neither does member makeup. Member count, allies or enemies. If you're based on something like inactivity, which can impede democratic processes, if no one votes, democracy government does someone come to a halt. I'm sorry to say, Azokairu has failed based on inactivity. More than this, all governments are finite. You will never have a forever democracy or a forever kingdom. All states are vulnerable in some way. Where Anastasia might have swapped ideologies every other Tuesday, potentially failing at democracy, Azokairu just paraded around as democratic more than ever doing anything with it. More than ever doing anything with it. Azokairu's soft underbelly is its de facto king's pride. Despite this, Azokairu's fall won't come in time. We don't need to press your nation any harder than to press itself for democracy to collapse in on itself like a dying star on your flag. Do they have a star on their flag?
They do.
They do.
They do.
I don't remember.
Dying star. I like that. I like that double.
It's not
Just a
double star.
wordplay in
I
that.
didn't meeting. It just says hitting star and dying star in your play.
No, dying star. It means dying star, like a big dramatic explosion of a big entity, and also the literal star on the flag.
It has two meanings in this sense.
That's beautiful. Beyond this, it is not successful. Plague invited half of the people of the state, and no matter the semantics it holds, that puts them under his influence. Of course, they'd listen to Plague over Sor, for example. This means anyone who has an idea of how to run the state can.
Oh, you cut out.
An exhibit demonstrating Plague's influence. Oh. This means anyone who has an idea on how to run cannot without Plague's interference.
Yeah, I think that's
Exhibit 19.
earlier. Like a lot of things were only passed when Plague was president, and a lot of things that came up with Sword was kind of just pushed. Like, not a lot of things happened when Sword was president.
Yeah, and I'd like to say, like, I think specifically stuff like this is where it starts to get personal, because this has nothing to do with Bond and like the war. This is just, oh, he said the most successful democracy. This is what I think is like.
Well, I think
Taking
that's
it
the point of the
forward.
document. The initial parts were
Yeah.
because of the Spawn War, and now they're going in depth as him as a character, and just like, what the fuck are you doing all this?
His
We're gonna-
presence.
Yeah,
We're going
and
to
that's-
now examine every single little part of you and just break it down, and we're just gonna just let it all out. We're just gonna talk all about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it-
Of this thing
right?
between the war.
Just a breakdown on how his
I
acts
feel like
have
this
been so far.
specifically, though, has nothing to do with him being even like a bad person. It's just him hyping himself up. That's the extent of this. Saying successful democracy. But
Yeah.
I'll go back to
Better
the
fight. Put this here. Anyway. Exhibit 19, Plague's influence. I've gotten you not 5 new players since I've came back. That isn't okay. Well, that's great and all. That is enough to make 8-player nations. Zaner, Sark, Prime, oh no, Zaner, Sark, Prime, Joyous, MJ, both of the Ta. What?
Tom mentioned.
Well, yes, I could get more. I also got Galaxy and Gico to be active again. Plague to invite half of the people in the state, and no matter how many semantics they you pull, that puts them under his influence. Of course, then they'd listen to Plague over Sor. Sark listens to Plague. He's one of his members. Gico used to work for Plague. He does have influence over, like, which people, like, what people do, what do that. You know what I mean.
Of course.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sora's presidency was constantly undermined. Take a look at Exhibit 20. I tried with the whole Peacekeeper thing, but literally no one else besides me and you gave input. Illy's hypocritical saying she's neutral when she was the first to X-react my message. What? Blake jumps the gun.
I think this was him suggesting peacekeepers. Right here.
Wait. Any action can't move without Sora's approval. Azakato elections aren't until tomorrow. Plague would frequently sidestep Sora's authority by jumping in to make decisions before remembering Sora as president. Beyond this, the end of Sora's term would mark with a notable shift in Azakaran policy. Plague broached?
Yes.
Yeah.
The idea of war and managed to force the entire country into a state of war preparation well before the election to decide the next president. Yeah, planning just before he becomes president. I mean, as vice president, I guess he can do that.
Didn't he also make the vice presidency role just for Plague? I remember it wasn't even a thing. And then he was like, oh, Sora said, oh, I give him the vice presidency role. I never even heard of the vice presidency.
Okay, this part I can't speak on. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, this was somewhere in UN chat, like before. Like when Sora got into office, it was like, okay, should I kick Lewis or should I kick Blake out, right? And it was like, no, he's vice president. And I asked like, wait, you guys have that? And it's like, oh yeah, they didn't have it before, but okay.
Okay. Exhibit 20. Oh, there's another Exhibit 20. Waiting on Sor. Wait, can we get others to recognize the UN zone? I'm waiting on my. Also, Steph tried to make an announcement not recognizing the UN, yet she's a member of it. How do we feel about it? Genuinely, these people are still taking losing an election fairly too personally. Copium. I think I'm just gonna eat myself at this point. I don't want General to be a non-stop argue fest. Every single time it's active. At Security Council, yay or nay with the message, or wait till y'all prep with the other compromise plans. Actually, Sor, do we say yay? Very nice.
Yeah, bro, forget
Do we say yay or nay? Bro, forget he ain't the leader no more.
Oh my god, I just broke my table. Oh my fuck. Okay, go ahead.
How do you break your table?
No, a little strip of it.
Furthermore, no president can do basically anything with the policy of the nation without the Senate. If only the Senate was not completely biased to plague and practice nearly every time they hold a vote. Funny thing, that presidency. He was broken in by plague as the first president, and here he is again. The opportunity rises. He ran uncontested, you know. Somehow, with all that land under their belt, they still couldn't find a way to shove proper democracy within their borders. Plague jumps the gun in UN Security Council discussions, even though he's not the president. In A, B, and C. In exhibits D and E, Plague begins campaigning for war before his ends. What do you guys think about this? I'm not sure how to interpret this.
I think it's just how it shows, just how it says. It's just he was.
I mean, it's just what they're explaining.
He was hyping up his democracy, the most successful one, even though he's being so corrupt with it. And then, oh, they're talking nation announcements. Okay, well, okay.
Oh no.
Regardless, let's move on. There's second document coming in tomorrow, guys. My grievances with just
V2.
I think this is how it is. He's
Anyway,
democracy.
okay. Well, I guess that's how things. Oh, I didn't look at 21. Democratic lie. I told you it should be just counted by UN council members. Governments are so much easier when the people are ignorant. Doesn't he bring this up later?
Possibly.
Can I at least know what the peacekeeping force is? Oh, change your vote already. Like, what part of it does? What part does it have in the plan? What is it going to do? To legitimize Azakar having its members volunteer and act as a security force for spawn since the UN. So they still couldn't find a way to shove proper democracy within their borders. Maybe I'm just getting really tired, but I don't see it here.
Wait, what?
I think just the sudden thing of trying to push peacekeepers for the UN. I'm pretty sure that's how they're.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Trying to push for peace, all the democracy. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see it. Well, I guess that's how things roll when you do nothing but pillage and war over territory and probably the entire time prior. Old habits die hard. So, yeah, not first, not successful, nothing special at all.
Dude, I'm so lucky I didn't get Little Doc when I invaded RTI. Jesus Christ.
Oh, back in
But
previous
I didn't have
season.
such like a bad character either way. I just was doing it just because Kokias. That was it. But regardless.
Yeah.
At the temple of aggrandizers, the makers of nothing, takers of all, you colonizer. As it turns out, even the commitment to peace is too much. Another claim that was made by the plague. He committed himself to peace. I do want to see where he says that. I commit myself to peace. Since then, he's initiated a spawn war. He's carried out a hit on Khan. I want to add context to that. Matthew, will you?
Wait, what happened?
Add context to this.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that part.
On Khan. I think.
And also, don't forget that. Wait. Don't forget that Corey's here too. I don't think that matters though.
This is past that point. I think Khan by included Khan. Because if they meant Conria, they would spell Conria.
Oh,
yeah, this is
that's
player.
correct.
The old username was included Khan, so I just
included Khan. I thought they meant us because that's how I abbreviate it. Ah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense! Okay, that's my bad. Committed himself to peace, but he wanted someone to die. Okay, that makes sense. Initiated spawn war character to hit, had me personally killed day 1 for bread. Kicked Uzi out of his original settlement, which is now Estrellas. Has threatened war over gunpowder. And Elone war, which, although justified, only adds to his argument. War is war, justified or not. The greater state of Azakara was on terrible terms with Inferno for the longest time due to his with sword. This is practically every single notable conflict off the top of my head. Very early into CC4. The following day, he logs on and none of his things in the village has been come to find out that this is the work of Azakaro. Ultimately, not wanting to immediately start conflict with Plague. Did I skip a couple exhibits?
No.
It just goes from 21 to 23? Where's... What? Where's 21?
Where's 22?
What?
Did they forget to
Where's-
do 22?
Is there a 22?
Maybe.
What is this? Uh-oh. Oh, he forgot to link 22 right here.
Probably.
Yeah, just say
Because like,
accidental.
promote peace and
yeah.
stability.
Yeah, it's for that part.
I love peace. Ah, there it is. Spaz, you forgot to link this.
Oh, minus 1 point.
I mean,
minus
we
1
pieced it
point.
together.
Horrible.
Okay.
That's a sweet release. But, okay.
I don't know.
Probably because
It could've
I
said-
okay.
don't
It
even
was
know.
so funny if it said meet the plague. Oh god.
The stealing is inexcusable. Wait, come to find out this is the work of Azakara and this role in a later discussion where Uzi ultimately backed off, not wanting to immediately start conflict, which is a very real possibility. Yeah. I do like the points where they talk about how you don't want to, you disagree with Plague, but you don't want to against him. You don't want to go against him because you know that it's going to result in war. I like those
That was
bits.
the driving force for the Cold War in ZZ2. As a lot of things, I was still pretty much I still knew, like I was still paranoid that he was gonna like jump me in a lot of things. That's why I was favorable with him most of the time, because I was, kind of just like, hey, what if he like does some BS?
Right. Stealing is inexcusable. They would have been aware the stuff was a player's and decency to recognize that. Unfortunately, they didn't. And shining capital of Esther. Terrible photo mats for now because my laptop doesn't want to take screenshots of mine. There's a map of Castelia and the surrounding desert. They looted my village specifically unknowingly. They took my stuff. I was settled on the tower. I already offered to discuss boards with him hours ago, but he said no. And now that this came out, he wants to discuss this tomorrow. Oh! This is his map. Transgressions and future discussion, which Uzi backed down on because they didn't want his immediately.
In the main.
Oh, that's right.
I think they mistyped it.
Right.
Yeah, mistyped the second exhibit 23.
It looks like those are the only ones missing though. Because I'm looking at these. These look fine. Although he is missing 28. No, 33. Never mind. It's just those. That's strange.
I mean,
Anyway.
probably was a late night typing session there.
But that's fair. Anyway, exhibit 24. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. Also, side note. The Elonia War started over people Plague invited and could not control. Exhibit 23. He named it Exhibit 23, not like 24. I understand.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay, Exhibit 24. Because this links to that. Yeah, it does. That's just a mistake. Over people he invited. These people then carried out crimes against both of our nations. Should we perhaps put Plague at fault for it? Who knows? I honestly think this is what Plague gets for inviting Charlesonians and expecting loyalty. Like, even Alonia was because of something like this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but pretty sure he brought Lucky and Co. over. Yes, he did.
Wait,
He did bring the crazy people from Charlesonia.
I honestly think this is
The
what
context is that he's the
Go ahead.
he's the one who brought over the people from Charlesonia and the reason the Elonia were started.
No, what was the concept in
So-
Spaz and Zeg and that image right there? I think this is what Plague gets for fighting. Like, what did he get? Like, what was the? Why would he say that?
I'm pretty sure him.
Vulcans?
It's referring to him inviting conflict.
The people.
Yeah, like an agent of chaos. I think it's talking about like an agent of chaos. He invited people from Charlesonia that he knows are like quite chaotic, I think.
Uh huh.
And
Sense like that, yeah.
why do I hear again?
Nubish Lel left. Wow.
I like that though. Ah, wait, did you catch that? I said that right. A hit on Khan. This guy has the audacity to seriously do a hit on an individual after what occurred in the Alone War. This alone could justify our entry into the war, or we cannot stand for any more nations or players being hit for profit, or worse, for nothing at all. In essence, it was not peaceful, hardly so, if at all. Plague embodies the wars of ZC4. But what's new, truly? If anyone could tell me, I will give them $20 and a cookie. I like this bit, and like,
Yeah,
it's so specific. Maybe it's a reference to something. I like that. Let's talk business. Okay. Included Khan was slain by Joyous.
Yeah, his way of doing this was there exists more context to this which I cannot show you. I can tell you, not really. Blah blah blah. Bronx wants his armor back after included Klon as a supposed citizen was given it, and he didn't want that, and so a hit was done randomly by Plague and Azakara.
Let me just can I give my point on that?
Okay, you give your
Sure, go ahead.
Go right ahead.
Oh, listen. The only reason I gave armor to included clan was because he claimed to be a citizen. That is why I gave him the armor. But then he turned around and said that he wasn't a citizen, and he had like 4 other houses in like 4 other nations. So I was like, okay, if you're not a citizen, give me my armor back. And he wouldn't. So I ordered a hit on him just to get my armor back, and I got my armor back.
But the point still stands in that he is an agent of chaos. He says he stands
I'm
for peace, but
I'm not defending anyone or anything. I'm just letting you know.
Of course.
Why
the context.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know why I ordered him to do that. So
Right.
that's all. I just wanted to give context on that.
The context isn't important, but it's nice to know anyway.
Yeah.
A good addition.
All right, I'll mute again.
Okay, he committed himself to peace. According to this quote, I love peace. And then he becomes an agent of chaos, but he has mentioned before that it might be just as like his little bit where he's like, man, I'm so happy. I feel like I'm the little rainbow dolphin sea picture.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Well, I also gotta give. I think this is one of the exhibit 25 exhibit in the weaker ones, seeing as that was a little bit unrelated to everything, and that was more with the friend group itself and the shenanigans we're doing. So I think that's a bit of the weaker points. But
It's a weaker point, but it's still sort of a point in the sense that they're using it in.
I love the title for the one. Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the Azakairan one.
That's good. Anyway, I gotta finish this one. In practice, it's not democratic, only superficially so. Plague is still trying to figure out how other opinions work. That feels charged. That feels very charged. I'm not sure if I like that, but I get that. But I did skip over like all the parts. Look at this dude. So maybe I'm just overreacting a bit. I don't know, but this one screams a bit more charged. In history, it's one of many. Just branding yourself doesn't always make it real. Even if it does, it doesn't make you the first to do it. Or be it. Stop pretending to be the most important drop in the bucket.
Yeah.
Throughout heaven and earth, I alone am the Isaaciroan one. In a world of apples, a few will inevitably be. When all apples rot, they do so in the same form. This turns soft and brown and shrivel as bacteria come to inhabit them. No matter how differently they rot, they still rot. You, Azakaro, are... In most senses, you follow the same basic premises. Disallow peace, have no patience, have no maturity, and above all else, bend no bust. Let's review the similarities. You cannot take jokes. It is so sad. Shoots will mess with you, and you will fly off your handle like a 13-year-old version of yourself on steroids and rabies. With rabies. I don't care if he's annoying. I know myself. I've yelled at him myself. It's rising above. You literally never can. Before any comment about my own crash out to him, consider I've never done war or stupid. And yes, he's pulled that kind of stuff with us before, over far more valuable things. Diplomacy is king. Never forget. Did you take Genius as Elytra because he came?
We need to quote more Kendrick lines. I feel like he said something about King. It's like something about King. You remember that line?
I have no clue what you're talking about right now. 5% will
have no
comprehend
clue
while
either.
95 is lost. That's not correct. But anyway, did you take Genius' Elytra? I traded him his spare Elytra. He's talking about how... What is it? I traded him his spare Elytra. I can give it back if he wants it. Wait, a comparison with Exhibit 5A show how Plague's issue is a threat of war and your Elytra issue is not. There are diplomatic ways to handle these things. He does. I'm only coming to you because I guess he didn't... I just don't want to have to expend backup and Elytra all willy-nilly. Hate when that happens. Oh, this is completely unrelated. There are ways to do things diplomatically. This is an example of one. Wait, is it? I'm not sure if I'm interpreting this correctly. What do you guys think?
Wait, what? Sorry, I was muted.
Okay. I'm not sure if I can if I'm interpreting this correctly. Is this an example of a correct way to diplomatic handle?
Did you take Genius Electric when he came for me during this kind of time? I traded him his spare ledgers. Yeah, no. I can give it back to if he wants. I provided both of those to him in your current one actually, so I don't want to give him another rank a lot. He knows I'm only coming to you because I guess he didn't say anything before he came to me for another. Just don't want to have to expend another backup ledger all willy-nilly back. Sorry, I have to get back to base real quick and the judgment mode. Hate when that happens. I think that's an example of how more passive Spaz is and maybe other people, and unlike him, he would very there's gonna be even more examples of him just being so aggressive with diplomacy. And yeah, okay, aggressiveness is a form of getting your point across, but excessiveness of it,
Excessive use.
yeah, it just makes it seem just insufferable to talk to and do get a point across to you. You know, I think that's what I'm getting.
Let's continue. You are on the whole rather aggressive. We have discussed this point. It is redundant, but nevertheless you maintain the similarity. You have carried out hit job. It cannot be understated how similar to Alone this is. This is the most fanatic idolatry for hypocrisy I have ever seen. I will die on this hill. I don't care what Khan did, but the principle of doing a hit is insane after all. This is the passion that I'm looking for. I love this. This personally strikes a chord with Valkyria, and underhandedly attempting to bribe our member constituents is rusty, don't you think, buddy? That last point is so enigmatic to me. Those mercenary and hit job stipulations came up in your Senate once, no? Your one good stance in the Senate on hits and mercenary jobs, and it failed. With those now legalized by your state, sure, it's not necessarily against your own code, what of your principle. Your one good stance, and you turn back on it. Not a stone unturned. Oh, you turn your back on it, not a stone unturned. What's going on here? Those mercenary hit jobs came up in your Senate. You won good stance in the Senate on hits and mercenary jobs and failed. Legality of bounty hunting and mercenary 3-2 split. Cosmo Obama's in the Senate?
Yeah.
Huh. A 3-2 split maintaining mercenaries and hit sausage. Oh, you said this.
Yeah, hit sausage.
Plague voted against this. It's truly a shame his one good stance was not maintained.
But I guess this
Oh,
is the will
hello.
of other people, so.
Even your posters are like ones from Charles Sonia. Have you no allegiance to this server? Have you no shame? Your presidency is a pure lie. Get over yourself. Vote for Plague and we will keep the Arthalians out.
Yeah, that is very similar to how
He showed me these
Charzonia has
beforehand.
their
You showed me these
stuff.
beforehand. I mentioned, bro, why are you using AI? And it's like, shh, no, it's Wonder. I was like, okay, dude, go ahead, man.
You have proven you have proven to be untrustworthy and incapable of trusting anyone. Same way in the past, and never lived. But you seem to have grabbed
You're cutting out.
Oh wait, did I already read that part?
No.
I think I might have already read that part. You've proven to be untrustworthy and capable of trusting anyone. Alone has acted the same way, which you have seemed to grab like your life depends on it. What's the wait? I'm not. Oh, sorry. What's the point of this? The posters the same as Charles Sonia. No allegiance to the server.
I think
He's
they're
comparing them to Alone. I think this portion is him giving comparisons to his actions of Alone and his hypocrisy, and Alone were people from Tralzonia, and then now this next point is going to be even your posters are almost from Tralzonia. But I think it's just mainly inspirations from them, because they had a whole channel full of like propaganda and stuff. So I guess he took inspiration from that, not necessarily like following their footsteps. I mean, in a sense maybe, but just inspiration. And
I think this is a weak point. I don't see the purpose of this. I don't see the purpose of leaving this poster here. This is just straight up propaganda. I think you can do that. There's no issue.
Yeah.
That does sound bad though. You're okay to doing propaganda. But regardless, I don't see it here. Finally, you have become day by behavior. Just like Lucky, you have your you have you have become more and more disagreeable day by day, not too far removed from the behavior in Alone. Just like Lucky, you have your good moment. But by now, the bad outshines the good, and you need to Supersession of the World by Pixels Within It. Best for last. Oh, okay, I like. Let me tell you this. I don't need to know if you're going to war. Before you do... Wait, what? I don't need to know if you're going to war before you do in order to be disillusioned with your justification. I have been disillusioned with your institution since the moment you transgressed in the way you did at the Spawn debate. It is here I become completely serious. For this problem is no longer a problem of the Minecraft world we play in. You have committed something which is not a crime of the server, not based on Zcraft's rules, but a crime against decency. Understand the reason and the motive for all things, intentional or not. The intentional ones, of course, demand a more moral basis to evolve from. Was the intention good or bad? This determines whether the resultant action was worth the moral cost it may have resulted. And this is exactly what this document has been, in many ways unwarranted, vitriolic in nature. For my insulting behavior, I apologize. Pause. Yeah, I'm very happy that you addressed this section. It's like, this does feel supercharged and like very personal, and I do want to critique that. I don't think it should have been like it's that necessary to be like this personal with Plague. But at the same time, we wouldn't like be getting like these awesome like charged feelings, because I like them, but they're not necessary. They partly hurt your argument because, how do I put it? It feels too personal, and I think it takes away from your argument.
But in a sense, you could also say it adds upon it, because this next point he's going to make
is
because he's attacking people of their character as well. So he's doing something similar. So if you get mad on it, then why aren't you looking at yourself? Another point in which you can add upon it for his hypocrisy. It all connects.
Okay, let's continue this then, so I can see that. But here we come to the root of why those insults must be spoken. We come to the root of Valkyria's problem with your nation and you. We come to the root of why I have addressed all of your transgressions over the season. You have a moral debt to pay for your intentions. It will be paid with your dignity and your pride. Beautiful. You decided real-world problems do not make up for shortcomings in Minecraft. This is unfortunate, for this is simply not true. Your duty as a player is to play. Certainly. However, your life supersedes the game. It always has. Always will. You took a stint of inactivity for months because of it. Whether or not Khan agrees, their activity has slowed for a while too. I cannot fault you on this. I will not fault you on your reasons for not playing. I will fault you on your hypocritical arguments over this activity. This is exactly why your nation's inactivity was mentioned. The entire purpose is to show how you hardly muster a number of buildings while sitting in some illusory ivory tower talking about use of land and the principles of activity. However, I cannot deny that your offense, that of dragging down Knight's problem, pales in comparison to Slash's offense. Yeah, this is strange, right? Oh, timestamp. Oh,
I see.
there's a video.
They included the
Also,
timestamp.
you clicked it on the wrong
I clicked
one.
the wrong one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's the propagandas from things.
From the other server.
Exhibit 29. For the past week, this has been my only message I've gotten for you, antagonistic and instigating. If this speak for me from now on, I ask you to not speak to me at all. I have never insulted you over what happens to Zcraft. I've already taken enough stuff from people on a personal level over Zcraft for the entirety of its existence. Steph, wait, I'm not trying to attack you personally, though. Steph, you have literally done nothing but badmouth me or my nation ever since this has been a thing. I'm not the only person who sided with the UN. You and your mob just single me out every time because I'm the only one everyone complained about and walked over without repercussions. This is gonna be a problem.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
genuinely, I don't want to open Discord every day. Sorry?
No. I'm gonna understand from his grievances because he's been here for, like the longest. He's had the most experience and probably has been attacked the most. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is probably the biggest attack to him ever. Probably. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I don't want to just open Discord every day to another conversation about why I'm an irritant to the server. Honestly, I kind of do agree with that. It does feel like very
Demoralizing.
Yeah. But let's take a look at this. I cannot deny that your offense, dragging down nice problems, pales in comparison. I don't think I see it.
I'm pretty sure it's the
It's the one
second
below.
part
It's Exhibit
with the
30.
timestamp.
I did address this.
Right.
I did address this to him. It'll be later though.
Right. This is the part where you're like
10140. 10140. 10140. 10140.
101. 101. That's correct.
Why is it that we should have been managing land that we didn't buy on paper by the rules of this server owned? Why is Nye getting the blind eye to your judgment? You're simply being hypocritical, and you're simply arguing against those that you oppose and not expressing it equally to those who have the same transaction. You're ignoring the information in front of you, and you're going off your emotions. You're smarter than this, Corey. I know you are, but you're making this situation worse. It's not as complicated as you're making it out to be. It's in front of you. So when you make these comments saying that we have done nothing, when this man has had 8 months to build upon his own land, and you are calling us out for building nothing on something that didn't even belong to us. I just want you to think that through. Why do
Can I be a moderator here and make a comment? Sorry.
Yes, you may.
Okay.
I don't know the extent of how much the video wants to cover, but
I thought that was you.
that was me.
No, it's like, I thought you were
Past
speaking
him.
right now.
Oh, like sorry.
It was in the past. Illusion of the past.
I don't see it. Can you guys point it out?
What's his main thing? Hold on. I can't deny your fans that dragging of these problems. Oh, the context was he's talking about. Okay.
About inactivity of land not being used.
He has a lot of problems, and it's very serious. So I'm not gonna undermine it, and I'm gonna I'm gonna go on this further for myself too. And in his point there was like, why are we not also blaming Nee for not doing the thing here? If or why are you blaming us for not doing anything if Nee hasn't done anything? Even though Nee previously has already made it a point that he can't do anything because of certain situational problems in real life that are very serious. And so he's attacking, dragging down Nee's problems, like making it seem like it's insignificant and Minecraft should be on top or whatever the hell. I think that was the point here, right?
There's a breakdown right here. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Guilt tripping. Perhaps don't attack character in real life issues, and your life won't be attacked back. It's a very rudimentary logic.
Time is it? Oh my god, it's 12. Okay.
I think I see it now.
Okay, this recording is an hour.
Have we hit the 2 hour mark?
An hour. 30.
Okay, not bad. Unfortunately, while the Bronx have been cut for privacy reasons, Blake used it. Oh, because Zeg cut that out. That's correct. Okay, Zeg cut out the segment where he's like, "I've been going through stuff too, so you can't use it as an excuse." In retrospect, that does sound a little weird, because everyone has problems.
Oh, yeah, that
but
part. Okay.
yeah, because everyone has problems, and they range Just because you have problems doesn't mean people have problems.
Yeah,
Like
and
that,
he's
that lead to
downplaying
other
it.
things.
He's
Yeah.
downplaying the severity of people's problems, assuming it's all the same of levels, or whatever. I see.
I wanted to say that when he brought up the argument of his own personal issue as to Nye had no excuse for the public conference, that made me very angry. Yeah, that's strange. And then, he is here. I address Slasher. This is a declaration of war against Asakaru, but I want you to do your part too, traitor to neutrality. Apologize to Nye. Making fun of his real-world problems like it's comparable to some fantastical divorce with a dog is downright heinous. I'm sorry, heinous.
Now,
Right
I
here.
did.
Sorry, my family's denying. My boss fired me and my dog filed for divorce, so I'll have to be gone for months. Just know that the territory is still ours, though. That's crazy. You were saying?
Uh, okay. I'm not defending that myself. I already have apologized both to Nee and have referred this to Spaz, giving me a bit more context. Like I yippity yappity of like, hey, that was uncalled for, and I mentioned like I was like interlooping, was like most of it was satire, and yeah, you can make a perspective. It's like, yeah, I did make fun of his real world problems, like it's comparable to some fantastical divorce with a dog, but in the context here, it was specifically stating about how the UN wasn't specifically building anything, but that was like, sorry, but I was acting like me in that scenario, using that kind of situation, which was wrong to do so, but it was still in a for satire. I will stand on that. It was mainly just for satire. That was just the point of it all, to gain a perspective of like at the time of what I thought was right, but probably wasn't. Oh, is he dead?
No,
No, I'm right here. I
I'm
just had to mute. Is that all you want to say?
Yeah, no, I already talked to him. I mean, he just said it's all good, man, and I just kept yapping. But
At least Spaz understands the context now.
mm-hmm.
Anyway, whether or not... Oh, I'm sorry. Whether or not you do, we're going to war. But understand that this is not a server thing. No, I want both of you as people to apologize. It is completely disrespectful. I don't know how... I don't care how terrible your life is. You don't make fun of others, especially... Do not hide and just... Not as... Right.
you were cutting out there, by the way.
Okay.
Suck.
I don't care how terrible your life is. You don't complain about others, especially over the spawn of a Minecraft world. If you do not release your pride and just apologize, I will continue to hold this against you as people, not as players. Again, I've mentioned this before, the point of critiquing a person's character Minecraft server. I think this should be somewhere else.
Yeah, but it also goes
That's just how
the
personally I
other way around too, of you doing such things for a Minecraft server. Why do you gotta do all that? There's also the other way around it. It goes both ways. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Okay,
Mhm.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, I quickly released. I mean, I really had no pride for the entire thing. I mentioned for a lot of people already. Like, I was not to say barely in contribution, but like I did push for it, but I didn't want to actively join into it, like 100%. Even till the end, when everything was going down, I hesitated. I said, no, we will not. I will not join it. I will see how it will develop, and I want to see every single perspective as possible, because that's just how it is. I decided then and there I was not going to blindly just follow Plague into this hole, to his sinking ship anymore. I was like, I'm just gonna think for myself now. I'm gonna see what should I really do as a person? Like, what should I, Mr. Matthew M, really do? Like, this is really morally right. And that's what I did. And that's when I sent that message, and I don't seek no apology. Just stating my true mind now.
And then the humanity is palpable. I like that. You can see like the development of character right here. I like that a lot. But anyway, let's close this. Paranoid we might join, huh? We're scheming in gaming gremlins, right? What's going on here? Intel has informed me that Illy has 3 Java PvP years and he invited for a reason. Gaming gremlins. What is that?
I have no idea.
That's a different server. It's pretty much a separate thing they do game nights, if I remember correctly. It was talked about a while ago.
We plotting and you can't figure out who's included. Here's the thing. It was so much larger than you. Gee golly, the veil isn't. Yep, only thing right you've said so far. So yeah. Here. Weight of the fat.
You've been
Heavier
cutting out.
steps. No, okay, so yeah, war's here. Ready for. Okay. So yeah, war's here. We're ready for you. As we have been for months. The weight of the fat makes them walk with heavier steps. I like that one. We could feel vibration from your war from here. You best be ready to cost your nation everything. This is your last chance to. And no matter how you choose to act, I want that apology. Slasher too. Don't apologize to me, do it to Nye. Do it to Shoots too. Why Shoots? I can't speak for Sora, but Shoots has ruined my opinion of him. Falling back in a pursuit with. Like I've been dealing with the same stuff for years. I see face and Genius. Mr. coming in to save the did not help with the situation whatsoever. What do you say about this? I'm gonna be really honest. Once you get back to Gunpowder, I never want to see Asukaro again, and I want that nugget of land south of us unclaimed. I don't want to even have an excuse. I don't want him to even have an excuse to be near us. Because if I see him at one of our villages again, I will kill him. Not everything is poker, bruh. He didn't steal in the case you were talking about, and was clarifying that. You have problems, they have problems, we all have problems. Doesn't mean you can make it fun for them or put them down for it. Grow up. This isn't Charlesonia, and I won't have it turn into one in my time on the. No matter how many. I think that's the point of it. Then he doesn't want. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Come on! He doesn't want Zecraft to turn into Charlesonia.
Yeah.
I mean,
I see it
quite
now. Okay.
literally what is happening in Charlesonia, or what has happened in Charlesonia. I mean, that's happened. It was the war for Spawn.
I understand now.
We made subtle jokes about it, like everyone did. Okay, you know, we actually he was by the head for that.
One of my favorite parts about here is like, Charlesonia is just a global evil. No one likes Charlesonia. I like that.
Yeah, in the case of comparison for how we experience stuff, that's the case.
This isn't Charlesonia, and it won't have it turn into one of my time. No matter how many posters you make, I gotta put it to the. Again, you are utterly alone in this. You very minimal amount of, and you're. This is all you have. Fight for life, pal. And one more thing, it's spelled Valkyria, not Vol. If this was all for naught, let that war commence. Down the new Alone. Fun flag. Signed up. Valkyris Rex Borkia. Penned Elector Palatine Spaz.
Cinema. Fucking cinema.
Very nice.
Yeah. He's currently still talking in chat. But I think we'll leave it up to that later.
Yeah.
I think he's
Oh
fully
dear,
read it.
I messed up.
Oh, cat. So, final closing thoughts? Anything you're gonna add?
What a beautiful document.
Indeed.
Thank you for like skimming
Very
over
well
short words as well.
articulated.
Lovely document. I love the document.
It's
Oh
Scroll-
my god.
scroll-
Really great document. I was like, wow, that's a great document.
Wait. What should I give the
So
thumbnail?
good.
Should I like make it like the Meet the Grams one, but like replace all the things with, like Azakara related things, or just the Charlie face? Like the Spawn situation is crazy.
I think Spot Situation's crazy is better because how do you recreate the
I have no idea.
you take a skit like you take a girl,
Hey, I'll be right back.
you
I'll
put,
use
like
the
you put a
bathroom.
TV head, you
Yeah,
like a sword,
his shirt, a
you
gray,
put DMs.
what you call it, a gray suit, and then the glove, I guess, could just be a sword. The pills could be potions. Of his like his actions of like wartime ish, I guess. Well, I'll think about that later. I think I'm good to end the recording. Right? Is that okay?
Wait.
What?
Did you end it?
No, I'm about to.
I just want to say, I'm sorry for the amount of hours hours of sleep that you lost because of this battle. But I think it's worth it.
Great
This
document.
is so good. I love it.
Yeah, I gotta bring it to Nashki.
Excellent
Like, you need
doc-
to analyze this document. This is very good. This should be in a DBQ.
Very good. Need to analyze this document.
This should be a DBQ.
It
This,
belongs in the
this should be a
good, bro.
DBQ. We need we need to upload this to like Congress history stuff.
No, you should post it on fucking whatchamacallit. What was that shit called? National Geographic or some shit.
This happened in real life.
Yeah, what
This
it's
is
called.
ancient history we picked up back in the
The real war. This really happened, people. Wake up.
The spawn was Ethiopia. They wanted to fight for it. Okay, can I end it now? Feels good.
Yes.
Yay! Bye bye.
Good.